Hey everyone, I'm Zaiden and welcome back to the video on the channel, and today guys we are going to be finishing Grian's Hermitcraft Season 6 base. Yes, that's right, this is the final episode of the series, and it looks like Construction Tim has just decided to take the hobbit hole from me, so that's a bit rude, isn't it? But he's on the couch, so I guess I'm going to have to move out now. So I guess the end of this series is official. But anyway, the final people we're going to be adding to the Hall of Fame is Sloth RSR and Rocky00SYS. And yes, I added 2 people because why not? It's the last episode. I'm feeling generous. So unfortunately, nobody else can get into the Hall of Fame. But thank you everybody on here and everybody in the comments who has supported me in this series. It means the world. But anyway, let's get straight into finishing the base. Alright, so the very first thing you are going to want to do is you want to come up here and take this tower here, the flat one, and bring it down all the way with your white concrete. And by the way, yes, you do want to cover that doorway. It should be covered like this. So yeah, do that. There we go. That tower is now done and it's looking very good. And you also want to do the exact same thing with the other kind of diagonal towers. So yeah, just bring these down. It's basically exactly what you've done on the other floors. It's very easy and just build it right up to the walls. So you should have this. Alright, so now that all 3 towers are done, there's just a few details we need to add. So let's get started on the diagonal tower. It doesn't matter which one. So you basically want to take your cyan terracotta and go around and basically outline the shape of the tower. You don't connect it by blocks, you literally just do it diagonally. And you want to double that up so it's 2 blocks high. So yeah, it pretty much just looks like this. So finish that around. Alright, that is looking really great. So now you want to take this bit of cyan terracotta, which is kind of like the middle of the base, and it's just a little bit below ground level, and you go around the tower, mimicking the pattern like you did in the bottom bit. Yeah, you basically go around this like that, and you know how to do the rest of it. So yeah, do that. There we go, that is looking really good. So now let's do the top bit. Alright, so now we come up to the very top, so it should be touching the ceiling, and you do the exact same thing as you did in the other bits, so do that. Alright, so once you're done, you should have this, and it makes the tower look a lot more polished, so you should kind of have 3 strips, the bottom, the middle, and the top. It's looking very good. So now you basically want to replicate this on the other tower. It is exactly the same. So yeah, basically do that, and then you should have this. There we go, both towers are done, and they are looking great. So now we can begin to do the detail on the other tower here. But actually, before we do this tower, I just want to explain what's going to happen. So I'm not going to show you how to do all like the torches and stuff down here. You can do that yourself. And also, the water elevator system is really complicated. Well, it's not that complicated, but basically there's a few water elevators in each tower that go up to different floors. So I'm not going to show you how to do that because it's kind of just building a water elevator and it doesn't really matter. It's not the most important part of the base if it goes up to the right floor or not. So I'm going to show you where those water elevators would be and you can build them up. And also I'm going to show you how to build the tubes, but not the farms inside of them because they don't work. It's kind of like the redstone and the mustachionator. I showed you how to build the mustachionator, but the redstone inside isn't the most important thing in the world. But anyway, with that out of the way, now we can work on this side, and we basically want to do the same thing for this bit. Don't get too far ahead of yourself, but build a ring of cyan terracotta, which is too high all the way around here. And then you want to go 1, 2, and on the 3rd block, you want to go 1, 2, 3 up, and then a total of 7 blocks along. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there should be 2 blocks on the other side. And then just break all of the cyan terracotta in here. And because this is going to be a doorway to this water elevator. So you want to have like this. And then you have glass here, and glass here. And then you can just build this water elevator up to whatever floor you actually want to go to. It doesn't really matter. But basically place a sign here, and then a sign here, and then a sign here, and then a sign here. And then one more sign. It's kind of weird the way it works, but this is just how it is. A sign here, and then a sign here. So it kind of like backs onto these signs. So yeah, and then the water elevator should be able to work here. And if you don't know how to build a water elevator, place soul sand, water. It's very simple. And if you want it to go down, you place magma and water. So yeah, that's that done. And now we need to build the G logo, which is on this tower. So place an end rod on this tower, and then get your pillar quartz, and we need to place this so it's going in the right direction. So place 1 here, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 along, and so that should be the center block. And then go 1, 2 up on this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side, because you want to go 2 in here and then 4 out here. So you in turn have this G here, which is very cool. It's a lovely addition to the base. And so there should be 5 blocks here, 3 blocks, 3 blocks, and 5 blocks here. Oh, by the way, just a quick correction. You go like this actually. All these ones should be facing down. So yeah. And then you want to take the middle block of this and then go make a kind of loop around here. So you have another bit of cyan terracotta, but you don't make this too high, just 1 high. And then you want to break this block and place an end rod, so it's almost like holding the G. And then you do the same thing on the other side, so we can just skip a block. So it should be in line with the kind of straight part of the G. And then so we go around like this and then place another end rod. And then now we want to take this bit and we go 2 blocks as well, so we can just go all the way around here and build this up too. There we go. Also, by the way, for this tower, you do want to include the corners, and then you just go 1 down and then place an end rod. So that G is in place. That's actually looking super cool. You might recognize that from some of his videos, which is very cool. And then you go up here and you just do the ring around the top bit as you did in those towers. All right, so now we're going to work on the water elevators. So pick a side. It really does not matter which side. So I'm just going to start from this one, but it's identical on each side. First of all, this is slightly wrong. So you want to extend this cyan terracotta out by 1 more. And then the inside blocks, you want to fill in with white concrete, just exactly like this. And then, so you also want to just go down here and just fill all of this in with white concrete. So just quickly do that. There we go, and it does look a little bit weird, but we're going to build a water elevator here, so it doesn't really matter. So anyway, now we want to extend this by 3 more, so 1, 2, 3, and then basically just build along to create a rectangle. And just so you know, when you move this back, you want to keep this, so you want to have a strip of cyan terracotta that is 6 long, and it goes out to this corner, but you leave this corner here. So now you want to take the middle block, which should be 4 blocks in, and build this because there's 2 water elevators, one going up, one going down. And also you're going to want to extend the side, so you skip 1 block, then go 1, 2, 3, and then skip 1 block, and then go 1, 2, 3. So you have this sort of thing, and this is good for the water elevator. You also want to place 2 end rods, so on the corners, so like this. So you kind of have 1 in, 3 out, 1 in, 3 out, 1 in. Perfect. So now you are going to want to build the water elevator, but you build it just a little bit weirdly. So basically, you want to go 1 in on every single block. So the front should look like this. But the sides, they're just normal, so just go along here. But basically, for the front, you just go back whenever you see a block of cyan terracotta. So your water elevator should look like this and that. So yeah, basically just bring this glass down, and eventually you will hit this bit, but just carry it on down here. So then the wall basically should look like that. And then yeah, so just continue that, do that on all the sides of the water elevator. Then once you're done, you should have this. So now your water elevator should look like this, and I will just give you perspective from here. So this is in line with the cyan terracotta, but when you look at it from the front, all the blocks should be 1 back. And then from the top, it looks like this. So yeah, that is really cool. And then we need to do the bottom bit. So this is just really easy. You pretty much just mimic what you've got on the top. So you do want to just break the these blocks of glass on the very bottom. And then you basically just fill in this with cyan terracotta. But you go 1 forward, just like you did on the top. And then here you go 1 back. And then you go 1 forward again. And then you should have this. So it's pretty much just exactly as the top is, but yeah, as you can see, the glass is 1 back again. And then you want to create 2 doorways in the middle of each one of these, and then you're going to want to get 2 oak fence gates, so just pop them on this bit. And then for the actual elevators themselves, you're going to want to put soul sand in the left one and magma blocks in the right one. And you basically want to fill all the blocks like this, but not the fence gate block. You don't need to fill that in, that's just cyan terracotta. But yeah, so you should have this. And now you can start putting the water in. So we will just pop this in like this and fill in the source blocks. There we go. And as you can see, it doesn't work. And the reason for that is because you need to make every block a source block. And to do that, you're going to need to place kelp all the way up on every block. So we're actually going to need to replace this magma for a second. So just fill all of these slots in with kelp. There we go, that's looking good. So now every single block here is a source block. So now when we break this kelp and replace it with the magma blocks and soul sand, the water elevator works properly. And we can see this if we go and it pulls us down, which is very cool. And then obviously the same will apply for the soul sand, which pushes us up, which is very brilliant. So now you've got this. And this is what you should have as the water elevators. So that is now done. And let's just collect this kelp here. So you want to basically repeat this process on the other side. So yeah, it's a little bit complicated. So instead of explaining it completely again, I think I'm just going to let you guys go back in the tutorial and you can watch that bit again. Or if you remember, you can just complete it from memory. So yeah, you just basically move this out and then build the water elevators like this. And then go 1, 2, 3, skip a block. 1, 2, 3, and then put this down the middle. And you know what to do from there. So yeah, build that on this side. And then once you're done, you should have this. Alright, so both of the elevators are done and they are completely identical. So again, just go back in the tutorial and watch if you don't know how to do the other one. So it should just kind of look like this, which is good. And you may be able to tell by the blocks in my inventory that we're now going to do the nether portal, which should be over here. So it's at the front of the base. As you kind of enter, it's down here. So to start this, we are going to want to actually destroy this bit. And we're going to want to replace it with 14 obsidian. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, 14. That is good. And then go all the way along. And basically just do the exact same thing here. So just destroy all of these. And this should be 14 high. And yet the water should kind of come in and you replace that with the obsidian. So the water can no longer come in. And then you just replace these white concrete blocks here with obsidian. And then you can light the portal. But you might not want to because you might accidentally go through it as you're building around it. But I'm going to and just hope that everything goes well. So then in front of this, you're going to want to place 8 blocks of cyan terracotta. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you go up and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you go back in and then you go 1, 2. And then all the way back along. And then you basically just do the same thing on the other side. So 1, 2 and then go out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then back in and then down here. There we go. That is looking pretty good. And then here we just kind of have like a little entrance thing. So you basically just want to go 1 block in and then link it up to there, but leave a block down here because you want to place white concrete there. And then you just do the same thing on the other side. So you just kind of go around like this. And then there's kind of like a path leading up to it. So you basically want to go 2 cyan terracotta and then link it basically up to here. Do the same on the other side and link it to there. And then that is looking good. It looks a bit weird because we have not built the Architect's A yet. But don't worry, we will. And you're going to want to have quartz stairs, quartz slabs, and sea lanterns for this one. So if we start on the middle block here, you want to place a quartz stair facing this way. And you might have to break the cyan terracotta so you can actually get in there. And then you basically build a stair backwards. Another stair up, another stair backwards, another stair up, another stair backwards, another stair up. And then you kind of want to place a stair going down side up, but kind of like this. It's very hard to explain, so you're just going to have to kind of look. So you can see that this is kind of the other way around. And then you basically just do the same thing going down. So you kind of just go revolve around like this, I reckon. And then you place the final stair just where you started. So you should have this, which is looking pretty good. And then above here, you just want to place a quartz block or 2 slabs. It doesn't really matter. And then for the kind of A bit, you place a sea lantern underneath here. And then you want to face your cursor on the lower part of this, the second stair. And then you build along with the slabs. So you should build 3 slabs. And then you have this A. Oh wait, sorry, actually you want to make it so the stair looks like that. So yeah, it looks a little bit different. And then you do the same on the other side. So it kind of goes down and then links with the A. There we go. That looks a little bit better. I thought something looked a bit off there. But either way, so that is the A done in the Nether portal. So there's just a little kind of weird bit with the sea lantern here. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. And for this, you're going to want to bring the white concrete 1 block forward. So just build this along and go for 5 blocks up. So you're just 1 block below this thing. And then you extend this by 2. So we should have this. And then that's looking very good. And then we basically just link this bit up like this. But we're not quite finished because we actually want to bring this out too. So you kind of have this one here and then another one here. So it kind of goes like this and you can place a cyan terracotta there. So yeah, let's do the same on this side. So we want to go 2 out. So you kind of have it going 2 out in all directions except for this bit up here. So let's link this up. And so you should have this. So you can kind of go in here and there's like a 2 wide wall, but there's only a 1 wide roof. And then you want to take the very middle block, which is the 3rd block from the bottom or top, and the 4th block in from the sides. And then you want to get our end rods again, just like in this G. And you want to place a cyan terracotta on top of the obsidian, and then place an end rod on top of that so it connects to the sea lantern. And then place 2 cyan terracotta in the middle of this. Place an end rod to connect the sea lantern to this side, and then 1 down from the top like this. So that is that Nether portal absolutely complete. So now all we have to do before we have completely finished Grian's base is build the farms, which is pretty insane and very impressive. And you can see it's definitely looking very good. It looks a bit weird with that lack of mess, but either way, let's get the farms done. Okay, so for the first farm, you're going to want to take this tower with the G and go to the left of that, and the tower is going to go roughly in this area here. So I think the easiest reference point is to start from this corner here. So take this and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then on the 7th block, place some cyan terracotta and go 1, 2, 3 this way, and then 1 that way. As this end bit is in line with the bit that's 1 block off the middle. So let's break all of this glass because we don't need it. It's just a placeholder block. So now we should have a 5 long bit of cyan terracotta. And then we want to go out and then go 1, 2, 3. And then we want to go 1, 2, and then 1, 2. And then back in an extra 2 to this, so it should be 3 in total. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. Then we can go out 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3 in total here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. And also you can check if you're doing it correctly by seeing if this end bit of this is in line with the last kind of 1 diagonal bit here. So should be in line with this 3 block thing here. So again, that we're doing it correctly then. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, and 1, and 1, 2, 3. Perfect, so you've got a lovely little circle here. And again, just to check one last time, there should be 3 blocks in between this cyan terracotta bit and this 3 block of glass on the edge here. Perfect. Alright, so then you want to fill in the 3 blocks here on each side, just like this. And then you want to extend both of these sides by 2 and then add an extra block in the corner. Let's do the same in this bit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then 1, 2. So you should kind of have this sort of thing. So you've kind of just doubled up everything. So that's pretty good. And then, yeah, so you should just have this. So double everything up. And then we're going to place in the glass. So you go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and then 1, and then 1, 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You get the idea, so just go all the way around like that. There we go. Here's just a little look at everything if you need it. So I've given you an idea where it kind of should be, and now this is what it should look like. And so basically, this is really simple. You basically just want to build this up all the way to the roof. So it might take a little bit of time to just build all this up. But yeah, basically just place in the glass up here. And then, yeah, so just build all that up. Alright, so that is looking really good. And now we want to just come up here with our cyan terracotta. And we basically want to replicate what we've got going down here, up here. So we go like this. And you want to link everything with blocks. And basically just go around in a circle. And just around all this. There we go. This is looking good. So kind of just come right around. It's very self-explanatory. You should have this. Perfect. So that is going to be the tube. We're not going to do the inside of this because it's redstone and it's just unnecessary detail. Just as long as you've got the main thing. You can always go in the world and have a look at the detail. I just kind of want to get the main structure of this done. Because I wasn't actually going to do the interior originally. I just decided to do the main details of this floor. So like that thing and that. And also the important structures on other floors. But for example, there might be like, I don't know, cyan terracotta bits going down the bottom of these. Like these towers that I haven't built, or I know that this tower is very detailed, but I just haven't put those in because I don't think they're very integral to the base and won't make much of a difference. Again, if you want to build those, you're more than welcome to, but I'm just showing you how to do the main stuff. Just to make one thing clear, if people in the comments are like, oh, you forgot this and that and that, so yeah, that's good. So anyway, on to the other tower. So we're going to use this as a placeholder block. And basically, you want to go 6 blocks along from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And then you can place a cyan terracotta. So now just get rid of this. And you want to place 3 blocks this way because this is going to be like the front part of the tube. And then you basically go out like this. And you want it to face this way because you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you go in 1, 2, 3. You go 1 and then another 1 and then 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you go back in 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know how this works now. And then, yeah, so just basically finish this off and make it go all the way around. There we go. And we are going to want to do the exact same thing as we did before. So basically fill in these 3 bits on the edges. And then you want to go like this, 1, 2, then place 1 in here, then 1, 2, 1, 2. So it should kind of, you see it how it overlaps on these bits, and you just basically place an extra one in the middle. So yeah, so basically just double everything up again. So you should have this, and you can check if you've done this circle correctly by taking the middle block and seeing if it lines up with the kind of corner bit of this tower. So it should kind of line up with this block. So yeah, that's correct. And then you want to do the exact same thing as you did over there. It's quite easy. You basically just repeat what you've done already. So you go around like this and you place in the glass and you build it all the way up. And remember, you don't connect the glass like this. You want to leave it like that. So do that. And then once you're done, you should have this. Alright, so that is looking very good, and if you want to add the finishing touches to this floor, by the way, I added in the cyan terracotta going around here as well, so yeah, that's what it should look like. And if you want to add the finishing touches to this floor, just kind of spread out some sea lanterns and use some white carpets and basically just place them around like this, placing white carpets on top of them, and just completely randomly. And basically that'll light it up your entire build. Also, you can place some torches. Doesn't matter. It's very scattered and random in Grian's actual base. So you can make it like that here. Okay, so you want to take the tower on the right. So this one here. So it should be near this side, if you know what I mean. And you want to come up here. And then basically mimic it, but on this floor. So you can see that this bit, so you can break some of the roof out so you can see what you're doing. So it goes 5. And then from here, you can pretty much get an idea of the layout. And you can always go down here and check and see, oh, actually, I was wrong here, for example. But actually, we just need to come out here and then it'll be correct. So yeah, basically you go around here and there we go. That is the circle done. Again, you just do the exact same thing. You double everything up like this, and then in the doubled space, you want to place your glass like this, and yeah, no corners, build it up, and then go around with cyan terracotta like this. And by the way, this is this floor completely done. And then once we do this, this floor is going to be completely done, except for one last thing up here, up there. And I'll show you that. And that can be the last addition of the base. And also, this floor is done. That floor has nothing on it. And the nature floor we did over the last couple of episodes. So, get this built up. Alright, so this tower is looking really good. It looks pretty much exactly as the other towers did. And basically, for the floors above the ground, you want to just scatter around some torches everywhere. It's fine. It's going to look messy, but to be honest, it gives the base a bit more character and makes it look a bit more familiar. But either way, now that you can do that on each floor, we didn't do the legs when we were doing the shulker monster. And this, my friends, is the very last detail we will ever add to Grian's base. So let's make this very dramatic. Or actually, well, let's just do it, okay? So anyway, you want to come 1 block in from the end of this flat tower, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 6th block you place magenta terracotta, and then you want to go 1, 2, and then go to the left and go another 2. So you got a kind of 2x2 thing here. And then you come 1 block off the end on this side and go 1 in, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the 6th block you go 1, 2, and then 1, 2. So you kind of make it go inwards this way. So anyway, now you go down 4, so 2, 3, 4, and then you do the same thing on the other side. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. And then you basically go out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you double that up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So those are the feet of the shulker monster. So you should have 5 total on the bottom, and they should be spaced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocked apart. Perfect. So that is Grian's base completely and utterly finished. If you've gone to this episode and built it all, give yourself a pat on the back. Also, like the video and subscribe, because this took me 2 years to make, and no, that's not an exaggeration. If you've been here since day 1, you'll know that that's true. But yeah, so thank you all so much for the support. This is a series that kind of started off my channel, so I can't thank you all enough. And yeah, it's been a great time. And I'm not sure if I ever will do another tutorial, but I have some really awesome content coming up on my channel, so if you could stick around, that'd be completely awesome. Thank you everybody so much. Remember to like the video, remember to subscribe, and I won't see you in the next one, because there won't be a next one. So, goodbye.